Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host.
Grandma Gail.
And today first of all, Grandma's back from Europe, so we have her back. Woohoo.
You have me back. I don't know how I'm going to function too late today, but right now I'm still sharp, Kim, so you can ask me a lot of questions.
We'll do a super speedy interview.
Early.
But we are joined by two guests, Austin Kevitch and his mom, Lisa. We are so excited to have them. Austin started the app Lox Club, so we're going to hear all about that and get into all the questions. We had him on probably a year or two ago now.
I think almost in the beginning of our career.
Yeah, so we're excited for updates. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Thanks for coming. So for those who don't know you, Austin, describe how you started Lox Club, and it was from a breakup, right?
Yeah, I was going through a breakup and I always hated the dating apps and would make fun of them. And one day my grandma would always be like, "When are you going to bring home a nice Jewish girl?" And I love the Jewish humor. And one day I made this website called the Lox Club and wrote an exclusive dating app for Jews with ridiculously high standards. And I didn't intend for it to be a real thing. And I woke up 3 days later and thousands of people signed up for it, and I think it was just funny and a bunch of girls were sharing it on Instagram, and here we are.
Right. Well, I think it also was during COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think I really think that illness caused more people to have interesting startups because they were stuck at home. They had to be creative and figure out new ways of doing business.
And people were craving connection.
Exactly.
So dating app was like a perfect.
Exactly.
Lisa, you said before Austin kind of was framing it as a joke to you, but what were your thoughts when he told you about Lox Club?
I just thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
I was like, when he told me, it was so nonchalant that I was like, oh, that's great, honey.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he told me how many people really within weeks were signing up, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I remember going on a walk with you and I was just throwing the idea out, and you said, whatever you do, you need to need to have humans vetting everyone that joins the app, because she's seen so many horror stories with the broad dating apps where anyone can join, and you don't know if you're going on a date with like
a mass murderer, which is one of the things why I never wanted Kimmy to go on those dating apps.
And which really, honestly, Lox Club is highly vetted.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which is wonderful.
Everyone primarily is Jewish and mostly educated.
Right.
So.
They could still be mass murderers, but
Totally true.
But you're looking much more deep into their backgrounds than the usual apps.
Yes. Have you both been open about your dating lives together, like your whole life?
We have to say Lisa's divorced.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have I been open? Probably yes, because I told him before he started the app, I would be like, there are some crazy people out there. And it's kind of scary how, especially as an older and mom.
I think she tells me the funny stories.
All
I don't want
funny.
to know anything.
Yeah.
He's on a
Makes
need-to-know basis.
Yeah. I'd probably tell you most things, though.
Austin's pretty open. Yeah. And I love to, with my kids, I love to give, I try to let them fly, but I do love to give advice because I want them to be kind and, caring and well-mannered and treat, especially my boys, treat women how I would want to be treated.
That's nice. I feel like Jewish mothers are often known to be a little too involved or overbearing.
Also grandmas.
And grandmas. Jewish mom / grandma. I know where you stand, which is that is the way you are. But Lisa, do you feel that you get too involved? Or I guess I should be asking Austin. Do you feel that your mom's...
I think I let them fly.
Yeah.
But at times I'll slide in, like even last night, I slid in a picture of someone, because I also work for the app right now. So I did slide in a couple pictures here and there. And my daughter, she'll be, Mom, let you stay in your lane. I'll stay in my lane.
Is anybody married? Are any of your children married yet? Oh, well, then you have to give Ada some advice.
So I do.
My sister's like, Mom, stop trying to set me up with people. It's weird. It's a weird look for me. It looks so thirsty.
I don't think it does, though.
I think it's actually nice.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with
Well, your mom got set up
Right.
by family friends, and I got set up by relatives
Love
with my
that.
husband. I'm married 61 years,
Love
so
that.
I honestly, I'm going to go kill those people if I ever see them again. But
look what you did to my
look
life.
what you
I'm
did.
stuck with
61
it.
Oh my
years I've
God.
been dealing with this, but I do think sometimes it's good for a parent
Yeah,
or a close relation to get involved because they know you're the best.
right.
And yet we need an app like you're doing now. I think it's fabulous
Mhm.
because it's the only way that people can see shared values and
Yes.
really feel that you're looking into the backgrounds, which, is very important. Everybody looks good. They can put phony things up there. You have no idea what anybody's telling you.
Mhm.
So, the more vetting you do, I think it's great. And we need a way to meet that social.
And now they put me in charge of this new division called Matchmaking at Lox Club, which is a separate service, even though it falls under the Lox Club umbrella.
Mhm.
So not only do we vet, we get on the phone, and also we sometimes have gotten on a video call
Mhm.
with candidates before we introduce them to our clients. So they can write whatever they want to write. But
Right.
like I'll get on the phone with them now and say, okay, what are your deal breakers?
Okay.
What are your
Great.
values? What even your lifestyle? Because if you have one likes to party and one
Right.
likes to be in
Well,
bed at 10, it's not even your values. It's not going to work.
That happens all the time. We've seen this with a lot of your friends, and
In what way?
that sometimes they're not on the same page, right? So
yeah,
that
I mean,
it's-
like, there's always one thing that you're not gonna probably agree on,
well, you
but
don't have
when
to
it's
agree on everything.
yeah, of course, but
But
when
if-
it's like fundamentally whether you guys are compatible,
Right,
that happens
right.
a lot. And sometimes it happens with friends after like years of dating too.
Well, that's the whole thing, Austin. How long should somebody date for? This is our constant argument. What would you say is an optimum time for a couple to keep dating before they go to the next level of their
you
relationship?
mean like before boyfriend girlfriend?
Before you
or
get a
girlfriend-
ring on your finger.
Oh, before engagement.
Oh wow, that's a big
I mean,
one.
I don't believe in this long dating. So, all right, after
You got engaged after like 6
you've
months.
after you've met and you've done the vetting on your Lox Club or on your matchmaker, how long should a couple be together before they say, "This is it"? Because you could date forever and never make a more serious commitment.
I think our generation. Can I curse?
You
Yeah.
can
I
say
think our
whatever you
generation
want.
is fucked
Yeah.
because we're so inundated with options and
Mhm.
temptation, and it's not natural.
Right.
Like our ancestors, our brains aren't programmed to see thousands of candidates
Mhm.
every day on Instagram and on dating apps and stuff. So I think our generation takes way longer to progress in every stage of the relationship. I'm sure you have experienced that
Yeah,
too.
no, I feel the exact and I suffer from it too. Like even when you feel like you have a good thing, wondering like, but what if there's someone perfect for you out there? And that's like very stressful. And I don't know. I know some people who are engaged who are still like, is this the person? Like, or is it just suiting
It's
me right
ridiculous.
now?
It's
And-
ridiculous. You
Yeah.
have to say, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you got to make the commitment. That's what I don't get of your generation. Really,
Mhm.
they don't. They are still looking because if somebody is 1/8 of a problem, they say, oh, forget it. There's somebody better out there. But that doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work. And what I think is that puts you in a terrible position when you are married, because there are so many problems that come up
Mhm.
afterwards. Whether one likes to cook, one likes to go to sleep early, you know what? It just, you have to work it out. You have to figure out, is it worth my relationship? I've got to work it out. And I don't think your age group is doing they're doing a lot of stuff, but they're not doing their homework on real relationships.
Austin, how do you do your homework? Like, how do you try to combat this?
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
I'm horrible at this because
How old are you, Austin?
I'm 33,
Okay. And
How old are
you're
you?
not in a
I'm
relationship.
28.
28.
And you're not in a relationship now.
Not right now.
No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay. But are you looking?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
always.
What, are you going on your own? Listen, is your mom setting you up?
Sliding stuff into his
Into pictures are going in?
I've been in work mode.
Mm.
This is.
Wait, no,
career.
stop. I can't listen to that excuse one
career
more
year.
time.
Austin is
You have
I
time
had-
for work.
I
and
had a
single-
girlfriend
singlehood
the
is
last-
very, very short-lived, believe me.
Okay.
I don't worry about them.
Yeah.
I had
No, no.
girlfriends the last 2 or 3 years. So
Mhm.
this is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have them 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
How is it going to change after the second year? When when do people make commitments? Because you can live together for a year or 2 years. I don't get where the fine line is. I just don't understand it. And you've never been able to explain it to me. I don't, these people.
Well, I think you get to a point where like one person tries to move to the next step. And if you're not feeling it, then that's your like decision that, okay, this wasn't the right person for me. I'm going to move on. But what you're saying, I guess, is like, how do you even get to 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, why be with a person? I'm not talking about it for an 18 or a 20-year-old. I mean, we're talking about mature people in their late 20s, early 30s. When you do want to start a family, you do want to be in a permanent relationship with somebody. I see what's happening with a lot of your contemporaries. They just can't bite the bullet. It seems to be a psychological thing. And I wonder if we did it to them. I mean, not me, but your parents.
But also, doesn't matter. Like, maybe it's good.
I don't know in the long run. We don't have enough history behind this, whether, a girl of 35 is any more ready for marriage than a girl of 25.
Maybe you thought about it more, and then less divorces will
I don't
happen.
know. I don't know.
It's too early.
It's too early
dating
to
apps
tell.
are only, like, how long have they been around? Probably like 10 years or whatever. So.
Well, what I find with clients, now that I'm working in this matchmaking division, is I get for 20 and 30-year-olds, which by 30, they're getting a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And this is a paying service. I'll show them a candidate and they'll go, not my vibe.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Well, my line is not my type.
Not my vibe.
We have merch that says not my type.
And then I question them, well, what is your type? But they have no idea. It's just, that's their answer, not my vibe. And I'm like, wait, so when you get married and you have kids and one of them gets sick, let's say, you're going to be sitting there looking over and go, that person's really not my vibe.
Yeah.
You're going to say, do you have the same values? Are you on the same page?
Yeah.
Is your conflict resolution the same? Are you able to work through ups and downs? Not like, not my vibe. Yeah.
Well, that's a lot to do with the phone, with constantly people looking at each other and seeing it's sort of the phone has destroyed the art of dating.
Social media.
I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
a big difference I noticed with our generation is when you guys were dating, it was proximity was so important.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever
That's
you
true.
met, because you didn't have a phone
right
or a computer to keep in touch with them when they would be gone for living in a different city. Our generation, we're connected to the whole world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a lot of people in relationships right now that they shouldn't be in, but they can hold on because they have phones.
Right.
Whether
like
they're
almost in a good way, you're saying that like you can FaceTime someone more and no, because like if you can constantly stay connected to someone who might not be proximity wise close to you, like that's not a bad thing.
Well, but you can't really develop a very good relationship.
Yes, long distance for long.
It doesn't work for long.
Right.
I mean, you could try, but it doesn't really, it's a difficult situation.
Well, I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
You just started 2 new ventures for like the Asian community. Do you want to tell us about that a little?
Yeah, so when Lox Club was on the come up, a lot of non-Jewish people would join as well, which was really surprising. And we have Asian people on the team, and a lot of Asians on Lox Club would be like, hey, can you create a Lox Club for our community as well? And I think the reason that they were joining wasn't specifically to meet someone Jewish. It's because it was there's this community with shared values, and it was curated and had all these events, and the brand didn't take itself seriously. So yeah, we get a lot of questions asking, can we build it for the Asian community? It would have been inauthentic if I myself did it. So once we had Asian people on the team that like really got the vision and were excited to build it, just empowered them. Specifically,
it's open for everybody. I mean, you have unlimited things for your company because there's so many groups that would
you
like
can have
the
a million
same thing.
spin-offs.
Yeah.
You really could spin off. We're making you a whole spin-off thing. It
It's
could
true.
be really amazing in size because really everybody wants it, and they want sort of to work within their own community.
They want connection.
Connection's
and
the word.
my favorite thing about it is that we let each different community opt in to see the other community. So it's like this whole ecosystem.
Okay.
rather than keeping it
Oh,
all
that's
separate.
cool.
That's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
One from
Can you, like,
column
toggle
A,
it?
one from column B.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you like toggle on and off, like whether you want to see the other community or
Yeah.
just your own? Okay.
Yeah. It's in the settings.
Very good.
cool.
That's great.
Amazing. And I feel like I know your whole team because you, in your videos, like on Lox Club, you're actually showing the people who work there, which is also great. They're so funny, the video. Like, how did you come up with the idea to make videos around the workplace kind of in that The Office style?
I was actually in film school. I'm a film school dropout.
Okay, amazing.
When Lox Club was taking off, I was taking classes at UCLA and I had to drop out because of Lox Club, but that's always been secretly my biggest passion. So she knows, like, I grew up making funny videos and writing scripts, and I guess the content of promoting Lox Club gave me an excuse to really flex that.
Yeah.
And some of the videos, that even the ones that seem really simple, it's like me spending way too many hours overthinking a script and directing everyone, and we're making a TV show now.
Amazing. Tell me more. I heard about this a little.
So the content, it got a couple 100 million views, and I think TV producers were really interested in the fact that we're able to make this on pretty much no budget. And Hollywood is cutting budgets right now across the board, and there's opportunities for people that can create entertaining stuff on pennies.
Amazing. So is it going to be a TV show based on the Office dynamic, or like what can you share?
It's going to be like the content. It's
Right.
going to be like The Office meets Nathan Fielder
So
vibes, which is my favorite type. It's the stuff I watch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's gonna make it even better if you like consume that content so much.
Mhm.
So what stage are you at right now? Like, are you pitching it to streamers or like?
Yeah, we're at that. We have producers and directors attached, meeting with showrunners. Then we're selling it, shooting a pilot. It's going to be scripted. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be all the same people that you're seeing on my team. Me and my cousin Dylan are going to be in the show, and then
Okay.
everyone else is going to
Oh,
be casted.
fun. Okay.
And I
Is that
want
like in the contract, or that's just your dream, like to be in it? Like, is that for sure locked in that you're gonna be in the show?
that's what
Yeah.
the producers that we're working with are interested in doing based on the content.
So
I do
fun.
think we have some good actors in the team though.
Who's playing Lisa?
Not
Shy. She
Not
doesn't-
me. I'm so shy. I'm like, you cannot ever bring me on camera.
What actress would you want to play?
She could have Diane Keaton.
No, she's younger. Like,
Oh, doesn't have to be younger, whatever.
Hopefully, I'm
good.
left out of the equation. She didn't.
I
even
think
know
she would be
Dylan
good
was
on it.
your cousin. I was like, yes, he's really related to
Oh
us.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, did you think that was?
well, I didn't know if it was a bit,
She thought it was a bit.
but he's so funny.
Yeah, he's like the funniest human in the world.
Yeah.
And him and I have been making videos like that since we were little kids.
I love
great.
that.
And
That's
people would
natural.
make us delete them because they were usually inappropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the team is so funny. When we're all on a Zoom call, I'm like, awesome, we should be filming this because it's just like what people say to each other.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
can't
like,
make it
should we
up.
laugh at this?
This is
Like,
completely
we're like
appropriate.
going through all this itinerary and marketing and strategy, and all of a sudden, the girl on the team looks up, Lena, and she goes, "Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you, I'm asking this new guy I'm dating to Rosh Hashanah at my house." Everyone looks up. They're like this. Like,
Yeah.
Who cares?
and then we just go right back
Right.
to the strategy of marketing.
It's her
I'm
I'm
first
good.
ever.
I was like, no one laughed. No, I was like, am I the only sane person in this meeting?
Probably.
Potentially.
The dynamic of young people actually working at a dating app and having access to this whole database, it creates really juicy stories.
Totally. You barely have to write because it's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just coming to you as you're living it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had girls on my team use customer support to meet guys, and they would, like DMing our account, so the guys don't know what they look like, but they'd be like, "Come meet me at this bar on a Thursday night," and
And they show up.
they've shown up. Yeah, there's specific stories where they've shown up and ended up hooking up, and
That's amazing.
it became a whole thing. Yeah.
When was
That's sort of insider information.
I was just going to say, I don't know if I want to
this
know
is so
that.
good. I don't know. This is going out to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't
think
want to
you
know that.
that.
I don't want to
out
know
in the
who
public.
what was
is.
the last Lox Club date you went on?
I don't know this information, so this will be new to me.
Well, evidently it's not recent, Kim. So go to the next question.
Because I just got out of a relationship in July, so it's been
So then it's
Yeah, fresh. Okay, we don't have to answer. But you have gone on one in your life.
yes.
Yes,
I've
okay.
gone on some of my life.
Yeah. And do people like know that you were the creator of the app when they matched with you?
Yeah, that's why I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It's a little
close
weird.
to home.
Yeah,
I think that's true.
like what's the quote? Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly correct.
Lisa, if you were to create a profile for Austin, what would the qualities be that you would add to it?
Oh God. Well, he has a lot of very endearing qualities, so whoever gets him is very lucky. But
You-
they have
That's
to
a mom.
But
speaking.
they
You
have
have
to
to
be
say that.
unlucky. Patience. Austin was 30 minutes late to this. I would say he's so loving once you get to know him, very protective of you. Again, once you get to know him, he is probably really, really generous with whoever he takes under his wing. All my girlfriends are like, why are you worried about working? Austin's going to take care of you. I'm like, no, he's not.
Well, we're not. This is not a dating app for Austin.
Yeah.
We know he's perfect.
Yeah.
So continue.
No,
with your-
we could go into my red flags.
Yeah. Yeah. The red flag is Austin gets lost a lot when you ask him to meet him. I waited
You have to
45
put that
minutes
on your phone.
on the corner for Austin in New York City when he told me he was like 2 minutes away.
Are you talking about today?
No, today's a different.
Okay.
You got lost another
I
day.
am always late, but today wasn't
used
my
to
fault
leave
for the
him.
first
Okay.
time.
We would all be in the car and drive off, and Austin be like, "Where did everyone go?"
No, I have the worst sense of direction. I'll go around, like my dad jokes, like in a revolving door, and my dad will be like, "You keep going." I mean, like you get off there, you don't keep going round and round because
I'm
just
going to
like,
tell something
so
out of
bad.
school now. When Kim was little,
scared.
she grew up in New York, so
Right.
she went to school and she used to walk to school, and she used to say, "Now tell me what avenue I have
I
to
still
go
do
to."
that.
I said, "Well, there's a park in the middle, so you have to memorize. There's a Fifth, there's Madison,
I
there's."
know we would always
So
go over the
funny.
avenues. Over
We'd
and
have to go over
over
the avenues, and
I
New
do
York
know
is
the avenues.
actually very easy.
Very easy.
Because they're numbers. There are avenues and they're numbers.
Yeah,
How did you
They are-
survive without Google Maps?
I know.
Like, how did they get around?
We did it.
I
We
don't know
did it.
how.
And
we did.
especially in other countries.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Like,
I-
do you carry around a physical map if you go to
Yes,
London?
Well,
we
actually,
did.
yeah.
We
Bobby
carried a map in
does.
the car.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
It's
And
crazy.
if you walk away from someone, like, hey, I'm gonna walk and check out that store.
How do
and
you find them again?
Yeah, how do you find them?
We used to yell, "Where are you?"
And what about dates? You'd have to say, meet me at 6 o'clock.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, there was a destination we had to go to, and we would make a location and a time.
But what if you were running like a half an hour late?
You
Too
didn't.
bad.
Yeah.
You didn't. Then the date would
Exactly, they wouldn't wait.
or your friend
We didn't
would
have
wait.
phones.
Yes, because there was no phone to pick it up, so you gave
And
yourself
I'll tell you,
enough
it
time.
made people responsible
Yes.
because
Yeah.
they knew there was
Correct.
no way to contact you if
Right
they were
on.
running late. So they were always on time.
Right.
That's
Very few
true.
people
Right.
were late. All right.
I was an hour late to a date once.
Yeah, that was you only had one date with that.
I wonder
No,
why.
that's not true.
Oh, you had more than one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What happened?
Traffic.
I mean,
She
what?
always
like, what
blames it on
happened a date?
traffic. Kimberly has had traffic for the last 10 years. I don't
Well, he must have
understand.
really liked you, Kim, because he gave you a second chance.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly wouldn't mind if
Oh
if-
my
if
God.
a girl was an hour late. Because I don't comprehend time. I think it's like an ADHD thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for you, but it's
No,
disrespectful.
I know it's a me thing, but I honestly wouldn't mind if a girl was
Well, that's good. You're very loosey goosey.
Yeah, it's
Then you
good to
can
be chill.
hang out by yourself.
Right.
You-
I sent a drink to him because, like, I called the restaurant to send.
Aw, I love
So I
that.
tried to make it a good waiting experience.
Yeah. So by the
But-
time you came,
He was
he had
very
about
drunk.
5 drinks. And he was like, Kim.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I want to talk about some entertainment, social media topics and get your opinions. Did you watch the Emmys?
A teeny bit.
Did you, Grandma?
How can I watch? I was in London.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay, well, Dan and Eugene Levy, like,
Oh, I love them.
co-hosted
Well, they're great anyway.
Father.
Yes, I
Duo.
did watch the
Terrific.
beginning of it.
They're terrific.
Yeah, they're good.
Really
They're
good.
the funniest. You never watch Schitt's Creek?
No.
Oh my gosh. See,
Yeah.
That's on for like
Really.
3 or 4 seasons when you have
I know,
nothing
but I
to do.
didn't
They're
love-
so
Did you
entertaining.
watch it, Austin?
I've seen a few episodes.
I
I never really
like
got
the
into
humor.
it. Yeah, it's kind
Like,
of
it
like
was
sitcom-y.
cringe. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little sitcom-y. But they were really good together.
They're always good
and I
together.
liked the, like, family dynamic
Mhm.
angle. And-
They were the MCs
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
of
they
the
were, like,
Emmys,
the
right?
hosts.
Right.
Exactly.
That I knew.
And then
The guy, my favorite one, won it.
who?
Slow Horses.
I didn't watch that either.
That's on net on Apple TV. It's excellent.
Okay.
It's about MI15? What's the fellow in the Secret Service in England? I have no idea.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
wonderful. The acting was so terrific, really great.
And also, I guess, what's it called? The Bear was nominated as a comedy, but everyone was saying like it's not funny.
I know.
They cheated the system
How?
because the comedy category is less competitive than drama.
Ah,
But they didn't even win.
Oh, they didn't?
Hacks won.
which one? Who won, Kim?
Hacks, which is actually great. I have to get into it more. I only watched a few episodes, but it's about like an older woman and a younger woman who like work together, and everyone always tells me to watch it because of us. And they were saying when they accepted the speech, like 30% of the population is over 60.
Well, I told you it's
and
amazing.
only 3% of that population is actually on TV. So like working on representation.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was good that they won.
Right. I think that's true in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Speaking of, Golden Bachelorette premiered. Lisa and I were fangirling before, talking about everything. We love Joan. I think
loved
she's
her.
going to be so good.
Can you
I
ask
think so,
Austin
too.
what he thinks?
Do you watch
He does
Bachelor
not watch
franchise?
that.
Okay.
Never.
No.
He would never.
It's so
Mm-mm.
good.
I watch every dating show, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Did you?" And he's like, "No."
Too close to home.
I
Yeah.
can't get into the unscripted, like that style. I don't know.
Okay. None of it?
I get the appeal.
Yeah.
It's just been, I used to watch The Real World.
Mm.
That was probably the
Yeah,
last.
that's like OG.
Jersey Shore.
See, that's the kind of stuff, like, I don't love the very trashy vibe. Like, I like the ABC, Disney produced Falling in
That's what
Love
you like
moment.
anyway.
I do too.
She likes rom-coms.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's
Yeah. I'm excited, though. I think it's going to be a
okay.
good
Good.
season.
Good. She seems wonderful.
Yes.
We like her.
Yeah, I met her this week.
We'll see about
And
the guys.
actually, this will air after. So I'm going to Aladdin on Broadway tonight, and she's going to be in it.
Oh,
wow.
And
what do you mean in it?
like, she
She's
has,
an
like, a-
entertainer.
No, just like it's Disney show. So
Oh.
they just, press. But they gave her a few lines, and she's going to
Okay.
be like on stage. which
The
is cute.
Bachelorette?
Yeah, the Golden
the
Bachelorette.
Golden
So she's
Bachelorette.
60 something.
Whoa, she's not an
Probably my
actress?
age.
No,
Is she's really stunning on camera. Is
Gorgeous.
she stunning in person?
beyond.
Would
Like
you ever go
legs for days. On The Bachelor, no. I think 10 years ago, like right out of college, I would have. But I think career-wise, I don't need to be like someone from The Bachelor
Yeah.
getting the like. I feel like that would be going backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree.
No offense to.
No.
No, obviously not. Like if this is like how you're going to start your platform, like
Mhm.
amazing. I just feel like, yeah, I'm not really there anymore. But I love watching. I'd like produce. I'd own the network. Like I'd
That's
be.
what right, exactly.
But no, yeah, probably not. Okay, so we got some questions from listeners, all about dating that they wrote in on Instagram. So we'll go through a few of them and get all of our opinions. What is a good age range for a single Jewish 46-year-old woman to date? Grandma, what do you think?
A woman is asking this question.
Yeah, she's single, Jewish, 46. What's a good age range to go for?
Well, it depends what kind of woman she is. First of all, she could date a little younger guy too. So I would say anywhere from 40 to 65.
What do you guys think?
I think the trend now is these young guys want older women because they're not playing games anymore. They're set. Some of them already had children, and they're just very, they're very direct. Where it's not going back and forth. There's no
Yeah,
games.
that's interesting.
So I say a little bit younger versus older.
Okay.
I don't have a set range, but I say go a little younger. Honestly,
We see a lot of guys setting their age range to girls younger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well that's always
Yes.
Yeah, but like weirdly,
Oh,
like 50-year-olds setting it to girls in their
25.
That's always been like that,
I
especially
think
on
that's
dating
right.
apps.
Yeah, but you
Not even
can't like
shocking.
insert your opinions and stuff and like say, well, that's inappropriate. We're not going to show you those
No.
girls. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, just human
No,
nature.
Can you turn this is an interesting thing. Can you turn down somebody from going on your app?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
remember they're
Okay.
vetting people to even
Well,
be a
that
part of it.
so if somebody said I want to go out with an 18-year-old and I'm 60, would you allow that? I mean, would you recommend that you put that
I don't
on?
think we can like vet that way, but
Right.
we vet obviously if they've had, any prior arrests,
Right,
restraining
right.
orders.
Right. It's more
Once they're on the app and they've gotten people who write in that they've gone out with them and said inappropriate things, they always get flagged to us.
Mhm.
okay.
Some can get blocked and kicked off. Because I started with membership before I went to matchmaking, and I would catch these guys and I'd look them up and see that they're lying about their age, not 10
Yeah.
years, like 15 years.
Oy.
And I would laugh so hard. I had one guy that I can't even tell you about him because he could listen to
Right.
this podcast, but I wrote to customer service. I said, this guy
Right.
literally is like 15 years older.
Okay.
So she goes, you can change that. I said, so he's going to wake up tomorrow and be 15 years older. And they said, yeah. And he can't change it back. I went in his profile.
Good for you.
I changed it. I said, he is going to wake up. And he wanted like 18 to 24.
Yeah, right.
It was like 40 something. I changed it. He's going to wake up and be 15 years older.
He put in that he's looking to date 18 to 24.
And his age was 15 years. I found out through vetting him, like looking,
He was
when
younger
he
than he
graduated,
Oh,
he was way older than what
Right.
he
so
wrote.
he was way older and seeking way.
And
older.
seeking
younger.
way younger.
Okay.
So I called customer service, like I said, and honestly, I was allowed to change it. So he literally is going to wake up the next day. Which
That's
I
so
was
funny.
laughing so hard. I was so angry at first, and then I was laughing like he's going to wake up, put his app on, wear all these hot young girls,
And then he's his
and be
real
like,
age.
"Whoa, when?"
When did they divulge my real age?
Yeah. Well, also, if you're like a 25-year-old girl and you're also looking for a guy in his 50s, like then
Yeah.
it's a match. When should plus ones be extended to wedding guests? Like what stage in a relationship? Like, do they have to be official? Do they have to
Well,
be
I have to say, I
married?
think this plus one business is, I know you go to a lot of weddings now because a lot of your friends are starting to get married. It's a very expensive proposition for
Yeah.
families. And I mean, we're not talking about the one or two families that can do anything, but it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars for each person. And I think if you're not really with one person or engaged, naturally, if you're engaged to somebody, certainly they would invite your fiance. But I think it's, unless it doesn't matter to the family, it's fine. But I do think people have to be a little understanding that it is expensive and people can't always afford to have all these extra people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say if you're close friends with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
bride or groom. Also, but it is a big generation it's a big deal for our generation to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Like that's a
Right.
later stage now.
Right.
Right.
And it
So
used
now
to be.
you're just invited a plus one and then maybe you'll be a boyfriend or
Yeah.
girlfriend.
It's the equivalent of you being married.
Right.
Us dating.
Honestly, yeah.
It is.
I'm sure that's true.
It is. That is so interesting.
Well, don't forget, we didn't have sex
Right.
until we got married.
Yeah.
We would never have considered that. That was just not happening.
Yeah.
And we didn't live together because our families didn't allow that.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you were ready to either have sex or get married or live with another person,
Yeah.
you had to be married.
Right.
Not even engaged. Because most families didn't allow engaged couples to live together either.
Yeah.
So, but we're talking about a much earlier generation. This
Mhm.
hasn't
Sure.
been around for 15, 20 years.
Okay, one more. Are college students too young for dating apps? What's an appropriate age to start?
Well, that's what I was telling you. I don't know, before we got started,
Yeah.
that as we opened this new matchmaking service, we bannered it in the app, and we have like 2,000 people in line for these free intake calls, which tells you about the service.
Mhm.
And
We've over 7,000 now.
7,000.
Oh, wow.
I'm
It was
getting
2,000 when we first.
It's
put it in
amazing.
there.
I am getting so many kids college age, right out of college, 21, 22.
Right out of college, I can.
And I want to say, oh my God, like, I can't believe you can't meet organically. And they're so into it. Like, oh, I really want to do this matchmaking. They don't even ask the cost. So that makes it like, who's paying for this?
Right.
I think they can meet organically. They're just so burnt out.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're in college, dude. Like why can't you meet? I
Or
had
maybe
the,
we're lazy and we want other people to do the work.
I don't
Mhm.
know. Or their parents are just funding it and saying,
Right.
hey, we want you to meet, but then are you that serious at that age too?
But I also
It's
think
shocking
people are
to
not
me.
happy with the way young people are dating.
Maybe
I
you're
think,
right.
People are scared. And I think especially girls are scared. Guys in college are young. fellows need at least 4 more years to mature. But 22-year-old girls are really getting nervous. They don't want to be out there till 2 a.m. at a bar picking up people and dating. They don't like it. And it's not all. I mean, we have millions of college students, so it's certainly not all. But there are a large percentage of women and probably men that don't really want to go on these dating scenes, and they don't like it. They want to be fixed up and settle down. Good for them. I'm with them. I think, I'm surprised in college. But once they're out of college, it's very hard in the workplace. I don't think you're allowed to date in most corporations anymore. So they go to work for a large company and they can't really find a date, and then they're exhausted. It's not so easy, I don't think now.
But I'm so surprised because the first question we ask them in these calls is, what is your intention of signing up for this service? Why are you signing up? And they all say for a serious relationship.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, wow. Like, I don't think at 20, 21, I would even think of that.
Interesting.
And it's guys and girls. It's not just women,
That is surprising.
It's really surprising.
But maybe they haven't been humbled yet about how.
They're naive.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, we're going to end with a rapid fire game, Grandma Gail's old-fashioned dating quiz. So we're going to see
I think
if
you should only ask Austin. I don't think it's anybody Lisa's business.
It's just like hypothetically if you're more old-fashioned or more modern when it comes to dating. Okay, yes or no answers. Would you rather receive a call or a text if it's just to say hi from the person you're dating? Call or text?
Absolutely call.
Yes, I knew this was going to happen.
Would you sleep with someone on the first date?
Never.
I don't want to hear that.
Never.
Never.
You saying never too?
Never.
I don't believe it.
That's disgusting.
Dating apps or setups?
Setups.
Should one person pay for the date or should you split, alternate?
Men pay for the date.
And would you soft or like hard launch a relationship on social media or keep them off until like a serious milestone?
Don't use social media.
I'm more of an off guy.
Yeah. Okay.
They're both traditional.
Very interesting.
Both traditional dating. I don't think it's so easy to be a modern dater anymore. We haven't had very modern daters on recently.
I know.
So I think that goes very much with what's happening with your matchmaking thing.
With
that
the whole
people are
matchmaking
going
in
back
vogue now.
Yeah.
People want that old fashioned. Let's just
because it's not working the other way.
Yeah, it's not working.
Okay, well, Austin, Lisa, thank you.
It was
for
such a
joining
pleasure
us.
meeting
both
of you.
Tell everyone how they can follow you, sign up for Lox Club, all of that.
Well, you know the sign up for
At Lox Club on
matchmaking
Instagram,
at Lox
our
Club.
website, loxclubapp.com. If you want to sign up for matchmaking, she can be your matchmaker. She has good advice.
I have a full
good taste.
roster right now.
Love it.
But yeah, matchmaker at loxclubapp.com. They can go on. They have a calendar.
What's that, the email?
Yeah, it's the email, and they have like a calendar to sign on.
Calendly.
We love families that work together.
Yes.
I wish I worked more with him. I really don't.
Well, that was enough is enough.
I really don't.
Thanks for inspiring us.
This was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.